Ooh, that's bright as fuck.
Hey, how you doing? DNR as well.
Super
Just
random,
the one
just
call.
driving around the block in a circle.
Yeah, we're filming cops.
Okay. It's just suspicious, so it gives us reasonable suspicion to contact people and to stop people, because it's not normal for people to make a loop around the same block, especially at this time of night.
Oh, we're not allowed to drive around?
You are allowed to drive around, but like I said, it's suspicious, which gives us reasonable suspicion to talk.
The encounter begins late at night when officers notice a vehicle repeatedly driving around the same block and decide to investigate. They explain that the unusual driving pattern appears suspicious and claim it gives them reasonable suspicion to initiate contact. The occupants, however, immediately question that reasoning, arguing that simply circling a neighborhood is not a crime and should not justify a detention. As the discussion unfolds, both sides remain calm but firm, setting the stage for a constitutional debate over the limits of police authority, investigative stops, and the legal standard required before restricting a person's freedom.
People for a traffic stop.
Is suspicion a crime?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Ma'am, do you have an ID on you?
I do. Ooh, that's bright.
What's the reason for the stop?
Like I told you, it's reasonable suspicion because it's very odd for somebody to be driving around in a circle around the same block.
That's not a crime.
It's reasonable suspicion.
What's your name, badge number?
How you doing? You got ID? Can I see it?
I don't need to ID.
Okay.
What's your name, badge number?
What's yours?
What's my badge number?
How you doing tonight?
What's your name and badge number? Identify. Part of your policy.
As the stop continues, officers request identification from the occupants, maintaining that the unusual driving behavior justifies further investigation. The driver and passenger refuse to comply without a lawful reason, repeatedly asking what specific crime they are suspected of committing. Instead of providing identification, they request the officer's name and badge number, insisting that department policy requires officers to identify themselves during public interactions. The conversation quickly shifts from the original traffic stop to a broader dispute over constitutional rights, police accountability, and whether reasonable suspicion alone can justify demands for identification.
This is an illegal stop.
Can you get that light out of my face, please?
No, you
Thank
get your light out of my fucking face, dude.
No, I'm not going to get my light out of your face.
What's your name and badge number? Ellis? B. Ellis?
Take that light out of my face. I can't see.
Oh, no. I can't see.
All right, Emma.
Don't fucking touch me.
Don't put that light in my
Don't
face.
fucking touch me, dude.
Put that light out of
You're
my
a
face.
clown, bro.
Get that light out of my
clown.
face.
You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking clown. Get out of here, dude. What's your name and badge number, punk?
My badge number is 640.
Hill?
Yep. 640.
And the reason for the stop is what?
I already told you twice.
Because we're suspicious?
It's reasonable suspicion for the detention.
Bullshit.
You can have your opinion, but I understand the law.
I know the law, bud.
Okay.
Yeah.
The confrontation intensifies when bright flashlights are directed toward the occupants, prompting repeated requests for the lights to be lowered. Frustration rises as both sides exchange sharp words while maintaining their opposing positions on the legality of the detention. An officer eventually identifies himself by name and badge number, but continues insisting that the stop is based on reasonable suspicion. The occupants reject that explanation, arguing that suspicion alone does not establish criminal activity and therefore cannot justify the detention. The encounter ends with neither side changing its position, leaving the legality of the stop as the central issue of the entire interaction.
In order to stop somebody, I need to be, or this person who's driving needs to be committing a traffic infraction.
There's also case law that proves that reasonable suspicion for a detention also classifies a reason to stop somebody and detain
Nope.
them.
Wrong.
Sir, I'm very right. I've been to court on it several
You're
times.
very right.
Yes. So that is why I stopped you, is the reasonable suspicion of the illegal activity possibly going on.
Illegal activity, driving around.
Talking to her, not you.
No,
Especially
you're
with
talking to me
this
right now.
area. No, I'm not. This
Yep.
area being a high crime area and a narcotics area.
Bullshit.
What's going on around here?
Eh.
That's why. So
Wrong.
people circle this area.
Wrong.
And we responded to shootings and stabbings in this area of town.
That does not give you a reason to pull us over.
The block leads me to believe that you guys might be out here to commit a crime or go after.
We're here filming you clowns.
Okay.
We're here filming you clowns.
Okay.
So you can have your opinion. I would just explain to her the entire reason for the stop. I'm very well within my rights to stop you.
Yeah.
So you guys have a good day and have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed. What? The traffic stop's over, right? Traffic stop's over, right? Yeah. I'm free to move around wherever the fuck I want. Yeah. You're dismissed.
I appreciate it.
Back to work.
I am doing my job.
Yeah.
And you are free to leave and go back to Martinez based upon your hat.
The discussion shifts into a detailed debate over the legal standard required for a traffic stop. The officer insists that reasonable suspicion alone is sufficient to briefly detain a vehicle, citing previous court experience and arguing that the neighborhood's history of shootings, stabbings, and narcotics activity contributed to his decision. The occupants strongly disagree, maintaining that simply driving around the same block does not establish criminal behavior. They explain they are filming police activity rather than engaging in illegal conduct, while repeatedly emphasizing that living or driving through a high-crime area does not automatically justify a detention under the law.
Free to stand right fucking here and film you two clowns.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep. What's your badge number, by the way?
Stay out of the roadway, please.
What's your badge number?
Sir, I already told you.
No, you didn't tell me your badge number.
I did, actually.
Ellis, what's your badge number?
While you're still seated in
You
the
want to
car.
talk over here in the curb?
What's your
You gotta
badge
go to the
number?
Sidewalk, sir.
Mine's 855. Why don't you get out-
855. Thank you so much for
why don't you get
finally
out of- why don't you get out of the
identifying.
roadway here, huh?
Thank
You're
you
in
so
the
much
road.
for finally identifying. The light's in your face. What are you gonna do?
Sir, I need you to get back onto the sidewalk, sir.
Oh no, I'm right in front of your vehicle. I am not a danger.
requesting
I'm not
you-
in danger. And guess what? The Supreme Court has already ruled that you are not responsible for my safety. So you might want to do your job, get back in your car, put your seatbelts on, drive away, and go to the next stop.
I'm ensured that you are safely allowed to pull away from this incident.
I'm gonna stand right here until you guys get back in your car. This is Vacaville PD, guys. Got Ellis and Hill, two clowns. This guy pulled us over because he said we're driving around and look suspicious. So that's a reason to stop the vehicle.
I already explained it to your driver.
Yeah. Mind your business, bro. Why don't you go to a stop? Why don't you go pull someone over that's actually committing a traffic infraction?
What you were doing is very suspicious.
That's not a crime. Suspicion
It
is
is
not a crime.
reasonable
And it's not a reason to pull somebody over.
Reasonable suspicion allows us to stop vehicles to ensure that they're not committing or going to commit a crime.
It's not true.
What the way your driving behavior, the driver of your vehicle was doing was suspicious.
Yeah, we did that
enough.
on purpose so you would pull us over like an idiot.
So you're intentionally driving in a suspicious manner to draw police officers' attention. Do you understand how that would be a non-violation of the
Blah, 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 blah. Dude, you're wasting tax dollars. Get in your fucking vehicle and drive away. Let's go.
Actually, you are causing the waste of tax dollars by continuing this conversation instead of getting in your vehicle and leaving.
I don't have to leave.
I don't either.
You don't either? You're being paid to be a law enforcement officer.
That's correct, and I am enforcing the law.
What law?
I told your driver what I
And
was doing.
what's the vehicle code?
The reasonable suspicion for the stop.
Quote the
Although the officer announces that the traffic stop has concluded and the occupants are free to leave, the interaction continues as the auditor remains on the sidewalk documenting the encounter. He requests the officer's badge numbers once again and criticizes what he views as an unlawful stop based solely on suspicion. The officers repeatedly advise him to remain out of the roadway for safety, while he argues that he is standing in a lawful public place and exercising his First Amendment rights. The conversation evolves into a broader discussion about police accountability, public recording, and the limits of investigative authority after a detention has officially ended.
code.
It was a reasonable
California
suspicion
vehicle
stop.
code. What is it?
It was a reasonable suspicion stop, as I
So
explained.
no California vehicle
as
code.
I explained
Exactly.
to your driver.
So no vehicle
As
code.
I explained to your driver, is a reasonable suspicion. So you have a good night, sir.
Goodbye. Put your seatbelts on, okay?
You too. I would hate for anybody to get injured. Sir, you need to take that light out of my face.
It's not in your face. Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Seatbelt. 10-12. Good job.
Sir, you need to get away from this car.
Put your seatbelt on.
You need to get away from the car.
Put your seatbelt on.
It's an
not on.
officer safety issue. You need to get
No,
away.
there's no law. Officer safety is not a law.
Sidewalk.
Officer safety is not a law. Put your fucking seatbelt on, clown.
Get on the sidewalk.
God, you're an idiot. Put your seatbelt on.
Get on the sidewalk, sir.
Come on, there you go. Officer safety. Put your seatbelt on.
I understand that.
You know, 95% of officer deaths are from traffic accidents, right?
No, that's why we have the below 100.
Good job. I'm so glad you...
During the final minutes, the auditor presses the officer to identify the specific California vehicle code that justified the original stop, arguing that reasonable suspicion by itself is not a traffic violation. The officer continues defending the detention as a lawful investigative stop before preparing to leave the scene. Attention then shifts to officer safety as the auditor repeatedly reminds the officers to fasten their seat belts, while officers continue directing him toward the sidewalk. Despite the ongoing disagreement, no enforcement action is taken, and the encounter concludes with both sides firmly maintaining their opposing interpretations of the law and constitutional policing.